Hi guys, so again a while from the videos, so I'm just going to jump straight into it. The last few weeks have been absolutely awful. They've been they've been horrible. I've been poorly, on and off. I keep coughing, constant cold. It's not nice. I had a really high temperature, and I was really poorly. I got over that when, I was fine, was at work. Then constantly being sick at work due to coughing all the time. The aircon at work didn't help at all, so I was constantly turning that off. It was either cough and be sick or freeze. So I chose to freeze, and then that made me ill even more, gave me a cold, made me cough even more. It's just a vicious circle. So I sorted out my maternity leave, so I wanted to go on the end of March, so it's a bit earlier, cause again, problem after problem with this pregnancy. So I said we'll go at the end of March, around the 27th, 26th would be my last day, and then go on maternity leave. I've got 4 weeks holiday, so we're going to use the 4 weeks holiday up, so then I'm getting my full pay, and then technically start my maternity leave within the 4 weeks time. So I go end of March, April. I technically go on maternity leave at the end of April. However, now for the last 2 weeks, Lilia, the first of the week I started being poorly. I was just extremely poorly. I was exhausted. I wasn't sleeping. I was up all night coughing, throwing up. Then on the Wednesday night, Lilia looked really poorly. She wasn't very well. Her eyes were all swollen and puffy. She had a bit of a temperature. She wasn't very well. So she didn't touch her dinner at all. She came and gave me a cuddle, and then she was asleep within 5 seconds. And this was at like 6 o'clock. She's never ever asleep that early. So she was asleep by 6 o'clock, put her straight into bed, got her changed, put her into bed, and we came up to bed ourselves at around 9 o'clock, half 9. We checked on her before we went to sleep around about 10 o'clock, and she was boiling. She was, what was her temperature? Her temperature was 40.1, something like that. So I was gonna, because we live right next to the Asda, so I was gonna pop down to Asda, get one of them thermometer things to check her temperature properly, and then call the NHS number for them to advise us what to do. I didn't even get to Asda. I just called the NHS because she was coughing, complaining of a stomach pain, and her temperature, I couldn't touch her. Her temperature was that high that I couldn't touch her because she was burning me. So we called the NHS, and then they called a paramedic out to us. The paramedic came out, checked the temperature and everything. He wasn't happy at all because she had the Calpol. She had the Calpol with it, and it didn't bring her temperature down at all. Then she had another lot of Calpol, and her temperature went up to 40.2 instead of coming down. So he phoned the ambulance. We got the ambulance out to us. We ended up spending the night in hospital in the children's ward. The only thing that would bring her temperature down was sitting by a window and drinking lots of cold water and freezing the poor girl. So they gave her some ibuprofen, and that brought her temperature down, I believe, actually, sorry, tell a lie, brought her temperature down from 40.2 to 37.5. So they was going to let us go home. Just as we was going home, I wasn't happy. I felt her burning up again, so I said, can you please recheck her temperature? Went straight back up to 39.8, so they kept her in. That's when they kept her in overnight. We then sat by a freezing cold window for, I want to say 4 hours before her temperature came anywhere near the 37 mark. It was horrible. I was froze. I was sat in my big woolly coat. She was in a tiny little nightgown and knickers, and John was in his big coat and joggers as well, and we was both froze and extremely tired. We'd been awake for 24 hours at this point, so we was very tired. Come 6 o'clock the next morning, they said we can go home. Her temperature has come down well enough. So we signed all the papers. By the time we got home, it was 7 o'clock in the morning. Just as we was ready to get ready for work, so we rang who we needed to ring, and then went straight to bed. Got into bed, and then by 11 o'clock, half 11, she came in to me, and she was burning up again. She had temperature was 39, so I went and set her by the back door, put her programs on for her, and she cooled straight back down to 37. The average temperature over here, it should be 36. 36 is the average temperature. 37 is a little bit high, but not concerning high. Anything above 37 or 37.5, that's when you start to get worried. 38 is 39, 40, that's danger, that's hospital. So we got home, and then she just, basically she was like that, going up and down temperatures, sleeping all day, every day for about 4 or 5 days after that. This Wednesday, so Thursday, Friday, Saturday, we thought she was a little bit better on Sunday. She had her temperature was okay, so we thought we'll get her out the house, take her to the park, which is just round the corner, let her have a bit of go on the swings. She had a go on the swing for about 5 minutes, went down the slide, and then she threw up everywhere, so we had to come back home. She wasn't very well at all. She went straight back to sleep, and I think we just overdid it, to be honest. That was my fault. I should have known better than to take her to the park when she's still poorly. I just wanted to cheer her up, to be honest. I wanted to make her happy, and I wanted to get her out the house and get her away from the germs, you know, have some fresh air. I thought it might do her good. Monday I still wasn't happy, as the temperature went straight back up to 39, so I took her back to the doctors. They finally gave me some antibiotics for her. She's had the antibiotics now. It's now Thursday, and she finally ate something yesterday for the first time. She didn't bring it back up, thank the Lord. She hasn't brought it back up, and she's kept it down. She is a bit moody, she's a bit groggy, she's very lethargic, very weak. Obviously she's not eaten for a week. She finally ate something, she's kept it down, and she ate her breakfast today, and now she's saying she's hungry. So fingers crossed, this is we're going in the right direction. There's something's happening, thank the Lord. She's getting better. However, now me and John are both ill. We've both got what she's got. We're both up all night. She's finally slept through the night last night instead of waking up coughing and being poorly. We are both now waking each other up coughing, can't breathe, not very well, sore throat, etc. So yay for parents, yay. So we're now both poorly. I have had the last 2 weeks off work just due to Lilia being poorly. However, the Tuesday before she got poorly, I did have my glucose test to check for diabetes. I'm all clear, no diabetes. It was disgusting, it was horrible. It wasn't as bad as last time. I remember last time I got downstairs, I took my glucose test, went downstairs, and I threw up everywhere. My glucose test is where they take your bloods, go sit you in a room full of pregnant women, then you wait for 2 hours, I believe. Yeah, you wait for 2 hours, then you wait in a room with pregnant women, and you drink this cup about this much of yellow disgusting juice. It's horrible, it's absolutely disgusting. I don't know how to explain it. It's just a sugar drink, and you drink that within 5 minutes, then you wait for 2 hours, they take another blood test. If you've got diabetes, they ring you by 5 o'clock that night. I had no phone call, I'm fine. I've got no problems, thank God. I couldn't be dealing with another problem with this pregnancy. What else happened? So I had my glucose test, that's fine. I've got another midwife appointment coming up soon, next week I think it is. I also got another scan coming up next month, and I'm hoping to bring my maternity leave forward a week, because I honestly don't see the point of me going back to work for 1 week, causing all this havoc when I've had 2 weeks off, and then leaving them with more rubbish to deal with once I've gone after that week. So I'm hoping to sort my maternity leave out. So that's that then. 27 weeks pregnant, almost 28 on Sunday, and it's Thursday now. Horrible pregnancy. It's put me off having children, but I'm hoping to continue. I know I keep saying it, I really want to continue these videos. I want to do weekly videos, and hopefully I'll be able to do that as soon as my maternity leave kicks in and everyone is happy and better and no more poorliness. I think that's it for now, and I will see you later. Bye.